What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pink Theory Podcast. I will be your host for tonight, David Doria. You may have seen me in another episode before where Hilyo herself interviewed me. But this time we're switching things up a little bit. This time I'm going to be interviewing her. As you can tell, I have never hosted anything before, but we like to cover everything and every single trendy thing in this kind of world. See, we like to cover entertainment, news, music, pop culture, etc., etc., you know, all those other things. Before I get into anything else, be sure you hit like and subscribe, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss anything else that we release. I'm pretty excited to interview Hillary herself. See, I have a lot to ask her. This is gonna be a really great night. We're gonna be really vibing here. It's all about good vibes, you know, pink theory, pinkish, pink feels, you know. Let's go ahead and get this started.
Hey, yo!
Hello!
Hey. Sorry.
Hey, Hillary, it's okay.
I was watching Post Malone.
Post Malone what?
He went to the Olive Garden.
I'm gonna hug.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that video.
You went to the Olive Garden? So yeah, welcome to your podcast.
Thank you.
So, how does it feel to be on the other side of the table?
I'm not sure yet. I mean, we're about to get started.
Before we get too deep into things, tell the folks at home, how is it like to be the hardest working woman on YouTube?
That's just like something I coined for myself when I was helping pre-pro this. But honestly, like totally James Brown came to mind, and I'm not trying to compare myself exactly to like one of the greats because I got a long ways to go, but I'm out here in these streets trying to do a lot, and that's kind of like where I'm going with that.
No, I feel it.
So I kind of have like a lot of dreams when it comes to this operation, and I don't know. It's more like a joke line, but honestly, like I am out here trying to do a lot, so I'm just kind of acknowledging that at the same time that.
Okay, so here on the Pink Theory Podcast, we like to do things a little different here. So we're gonna do this thing that we made up. So we totally made this up ourselves. So we have this panel right here, and we're gonna flip it, and it has a certain number, a certain question for me to ask Hillary. And so she's gonna be flipping them herself. So we're gonna go ahead and do that.
What? Guess who? Right? Like
This
we
is
adapted.
Guess Who.
We adapted a Guess Who board.
We adapted Guess Who. We made this up ourselves.
All right. So.
Okay. Kanye or Trump?
Oh God.
This is so funny because in my interview, we were talking about Kanye.
Yeah, we were. And Trump a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
He seeped into that conversation. That's hard for me to answer because I really don't care much for either of them. But also, since we last spoke about the topic, I've not done a whole lot of research on Kanye. I mean, he's just not my cup of tea, and I'm okay with like not knowing more about him, in the sense that like the limited hours I have in a day, I just have not been interested in spending that like learning more about Kanye. I think Kanye is least harmful, but it's kind of like the lesser of two evils for me. I'm not a huge Kanye fan, and he's not in power, so the things that he's saying and doing aren't really harming communities in the same way that, you know, what Trump says. So I have to go with Kanye, but that doesn't mean that like I stan him or anything.
I understand. I mean,
obviously you feel differently.
Obviously, I feel differently. If you've seen our last episode that I'm in, but I mean, it's been really different. Kanye actually went like, I don't care about politics anymore on Twitter. Like, I think I'm done with this bull crap. He kind of says something like that on Twitter, but you know.
I kind of miss older Kanye.
I miss the old Kanye.
You know, I don't know. I just played the truck.
Let's go ahead and choose one of these glasses that we gotta wear. It's a little thing that we do here.
No.
Oh, you want to?
Yeah, I want to pick my own, man.
Okay, my fault.
Pick my own, man. I want to get a good one.
I want to get a good one too. Ooh, I did get good ones. Talking about Kanye West.
Oh my gosh.
This is perfect.
I'm not sure about these ones. I think the ones I got are not going to be flattering.
Oh no, those are flattering. Come on, John Lennon.
I mean, my face is round though, so.
Well, let's see. And those are a flip up too, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Oh no.
You look cool.
You look dope.
Yeah, you have to wear them like that.
Totally different generations of glasses.
This reminds me of Dwayne Wayne, right? Is it from Different World? So I'm just gonna go in order.
Okay. So she chose number 9, which is in the production/media company topic side. What got you into media and what are you doing with this concept?
Well, I mean, I didn't go to school for film or media or anything like that. I studied sociology, and I kind of did some different like jobs that aligned with that. Like I was a community organizer. Then I was able to like flip that into an IT job, and then from there, I just decided that I really wanted to. I really wanted to express myself. I wanted to find a way to express myself. That's really what it came down to. I like wasn't doing a lot like on a personal level. I was working a lot. I was kind of losing my identity a little bit. I wanted to kind of challenge myself to have something really noteworthy to say about this period of my life. So I thought if I'm going to do noteworthy things, I should document those things. And so that brought me back kind of full circle, like to YouTube. Okay. And I thought I would give it a real go at trying to produce something that was worth looking at. And that's when I decided to like bring on folks to help make that happen. And as we started to tackle things and we saw little successes, it was really inspiring to me. You know, I really wanted to use this platform as an opportunity to challenge myself, to be creative, to do something noteworthy, to, you know, have something to look back upon and like be proud of like what I've accomplished in a way that I think is documented, unlike other things, right? Like, I mean, I've done other things that are noteworthy and that I'm proud of, but I don't have like that many physical, like, you know, that much physical proof of those things. I just have my memories. But these are things that, ideas that I have that I'm working with people on and they're coming to fruition and I can share those with other people. And so it's different, but I'm really liking it and I'm happy to be here.
I'm happy to be here too, Hillary.
I'm happy you're here.
Well, tell us about the company itself.
So I have a little production company that I'm trying to put out some different content. You know, I have my personal vlog channel. That's Please Excuse My Brilliance. And then I have Pursuit of Brilliance, which is like my review channel. And I think those were like my 2 initial ideas that I knew I wanted to like start. Right. And then there was some other ideas that like came from talking with other folks and bringing, you know, folks on the team, having conversations with them. Ideas really started to flourish. And so we had the idea for this, my friend Amber actually gave me the idea for this podcast. So I look forward to having her on the show. And then from there, we have a beauty channel, Struggle Beauty. Ooh. And a gaming channel, Brilliant X Cuts.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and then we got some other concepts like coming down the line. Those ones maybe like later next year or something. We'll dive into those. But, you know, we got a few things going on in parallel. And I'm really excited to, you know, start putting content out for all these things. But essentially, you know, I have this little production company. And we're a small team trying to do big things, and I think that we got some awesome ideas, and I think we have some great content coming down like the pipeline.
Is there a specific thing that like drove you to make this jump?
I think really just finding myself. So you know, I guess to elaborate on my earlier answer, I felt like I didn't have an identity in my everyday life. I was working so hard, putting in long hours, sometimes doing a thankless job. Other times it wasn't, it's not to say that I wasn't ever appreciated or anything, but doing a job that I was trying really hard, to excel at under a lot of pressure. And it just made me every day think about work, like what I can do better, how I can, keep things going. I was thinking about what would happen if I wasn't at that job anymore. And it just started to consume me, and I just didn't have anything to say about myself. I mean, if I had to tell people like who I was, I didn't have anything to say. And that really that made me feel sad, because that's not who I've been, especially, the years like just before the switch. And that's not who I want to be. So I really wanted to challenge myself in a creative way to like find myself through different, activities. And I think that's why I started with Please Excuse in Pursuit of Brilliance, right? Like Please Excuse is my personal vlog channel. I felt like I don't usually share a lot about myself to a lot of folks that are in my life. And so this was like the venture that was going to force me to open up and like really share not just tidbits about my life, but also like my feelings about things, maybe even confront like some of my feelings about things. And then Pursuit of Brilliance was a little bit of that challenge to do something worth talking about. Right. I really wanted to try new things, eat new things, go new places, do something I hadn't done before, really process like that experience and tell somebody about it. And kind of share those experiences with others. I've traveled before, and, I took pictures and I kind of showed people, but I really want to take people on a journey, like with me. It's kind of scary because, like I'm in my mid 30s, right? I'm 35. So, I am not starting over. I mean, I'm still employed in a different field, but I am, really trying to get this to take off. Right. So there's that. But,
I totally get it.
But too, the older you get, like the more fear of flying you have, right? Yeah. So when you're young, you're fearless and you're willing to do anything. And I think that kind of explains like the mentality that I had going into this. For me, the reason like business wise, why I want to have like my own production company is because I'm business minded, but also I want to have control of my stuff. I want to understand the inner workings, all the parts. And it's been great. It's been an amazing experience. I've learned a lot through working with you guys. It's taught me a lot, even in ways that I didn't expect, and it's a struggle daily, but I'm finding that I really have a passion for this. And this is something I hadn't felt in a really long time. I'm excited to see like, where we go with this. And I'm super appreciative to have you guys like along for the ride and for you guys to be helping me out with this.
So, you want to go ahead?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So,
number 14 this time. How do you feel about the current cancel culture? Where do we draw the line, actually?
That's a tough one. So cancel culture, I mean, we just like talked about Kanye and Trump too, so it's kind of like relevant. I think we live in a weird time, and I'm still processing my feelings because, honestly, I'm not exactly sure what to think, and it feels unsafe to think right now, honestly. Like,
I totally know
like
saying,
it's like you are always going to say the wrong thing and you're like never can be forgiven. So that's kind of scary.
Exactly, yeah.
So like, I guess how I feel about cancel culture is, despite being very liberal, I don't really agree with the direction cancel culture has gone. Yeah. I think that it's dangerous and it's not cool. I mean,
I believe that there are good intentions in it.
For sure.
But it's like
100%
are just like,
well, so it's a reaction to people not being held accountable for things they've done, right? So people have systematically gotten away with like harming others in some way, and they're not called to justice. And so this is a way that when the legal system or, fails us, that social justice can kick in. Right. But the problem is that, where do you draw the line? That's that second part of the question. That's the real rub.
Yeah.
So there are bad people out there, and sometimes bad people don't think they're bad. Sometimes they know they're bad, and sometimes they don't know they're bad, right? Because they've been immersed in a certain way of life, and that's all they know. For someone who doesn't know any better, is there opportunity to be forgiven for not having been exposed to another walk of life?
If they didn't know any better.
Yeah, we live in the information age, but at the same time, there's hella information out there that none of us have looked into.
That's not true. That's completely true.
And I don't think that just because there's information out there and available doesn't mean that your life has put you in a position that has compelled you to consume that information and to process it.
Yeah, I mean, hey, there are countries out there that we have no clue about,
right.
Going through completely different things that we're going through now.
Right.
And we, with our cell phones, we are so connected to the world. We see so much that's happening.
And maybe it'll level out to a place where we kind of have some rules for what we're doing and
rules for canceling.
Yeah.
We have some rules for canceling, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah,
regulate it
and move on.
All right.
How do you feel about growing up in Sacramento?
Well, I mean, so it depends on which Hillary, we're talking about.
You have 2 Hillarys?
Yeah, multiple
There's 3?
personality disorder.
Oh,
no,
really?
I shouldn't joke about that. Today, I think Sacramento is really great. I actually really love it.
Okay.
I didn't think that I would say that about Sac. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't always on that Sac hype. As a little girl, there wasn't a lot going on here. It was kind of boring. Geographically, it was large, but I felt like the mentality was still very small.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot of industry here. When I was in high school, trying to figure out, well, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go to college? What kind of job am I going to have? I did not envision that I'd be working in Sacramento because there just wasn't a lot happening here. I didn't think there was an industry that would support the lifestyle I wanted, which was I wanted to be I remember very clearly, I thought I was going to live in Japan ever since I was a little girl.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really wanted to live in some fucking high-tech, modern-ass loft in Japan. I don't know if I could speak the language. I don't remember that level of detail. I just knew I was going to be in Japan, living in a very lofty loft, some cement and some exposed beams and shit that vibe, hella glass.
Yeah.
And just living my best life. I knew at that time Sacramento was not going to get me there. So I thought I would for sure move and maybe never come back.
I see.
Since then, I went away to college, and when I would visit home, I was amazed at how much Sac had changed while I was gone. And there was so much to do here, and I really felt like Sac was really there was a culture that was growing that I start to identify with. I felt like an identity was forming, and I thought that was pretty cool, honestly. There was a budding food culture, being that Central Valley. There's I think a pretty strong art scene here, being a part of and witnessing it. It's pretty cool, and I do feel proud to be from Sac. I think it took some time to understand, for Sacramento to understand who Sacramento was. But I think that we're on the right track, and I hope to really contribute positively and influence Sacramento in my little way.
Yeah. Okay.
I was born in San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm from San Francisco,
From
but
the Bay.
okay. So yeah, I was born in the city, and I always thought I need to get back to the city, because the city has an identity. The city is the vibe that I'm going for. It's going to produce the lifestyle that I wanted to live, etc. But very quickly I realized that Sac SAC is where I need to be. I think I'm in the right place.
I mean, especially with how much the cost of living is over in San Francisco.
Well, yeah, there's that. So, but, if you can get a good job, like, there's that,
yeah,
right? Like,
you do pay a lot in this.
so
sense.
depending on, like, the industry you work in. So, I mean, some of it, balances out, although a lot of it doesn't. I know that there's, like, a crisis
people
there.
Struggling, yeah. People still struggling.
For sure. I think Sacramento can be just as notable, just as memorable, just as great, just as exciting to be a part of, to live, if you know what to look for and if you're willing to invest in it. And I think personally, that is where I'm at. I'm interested in influencing Sacramento. And of course, I'm learning like what exactly I have to offer. I don't have all the answers, but I know that something's there. And I'm excited to marry like what I learn about myself with like what I can like offer SAC and kind of see like where this takes us.
Okay, number 19. That one's on the quick fire topic.
Oh, okay. So what does that mean? We're going to go quick?
Where's the craziest place you've ever been?
Japan.
Oh, okay. Japan, everybody.
I made it there. I just didn't move there. I wanted to move there, but I had let people talk me out of it, and I kind of wish I never let that.
How's the food there? Like,
well, I love sushi, so that's not where I had sushi first, but it definitely was like amazing sushi.
Did you have ramen?
I did. And also the folks that I visited, which I wish I still kept in contact with because they were so cool. All they wanted to do was take me around to like American like eateries, like and not even like fine dining establishments. Like they loved like Starbucks and like McDonald's and like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
They have different like
Staba
stuff there though, right?
Like I mean, yeah. Menu? So I mean, like even if you go to like a different state, like McDonald's might have like a different like thing on there. Right. So like from state to state, there are some differences in the menu, and for sure from country to country, because some countries don't eat things. Like in India, they don't have like beef patties on like McDonald's or whatever.
In
but
the Philippines, they have spaghetti.
What?
Because we got Jollibee has spaghetti, so it's like we gotta have spaghetti too.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy to have spaghetti at McDonald's. Mm-hmm. What is that like?
I don't know.
What was the best part of it though was the food that was made for me by like my hosts. So that was cool.
That's dope. So they made you food too. Mm-hmm. I think we're going back to quick fire.
We just like keep going back and forth.
Whoa. Okay, so this is quick fire.
All right.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Okay, so that's hard because I don't describe anything in 3 words, but
True.
True.
Like, I hope you're sitting down. Determined. Scared. Hopeful.
Hopeful. Determined, scared, and hopeful.
I know it's I feel like it's like really contradictory, but I feel like that's like the story of my life as a Gemini. Like I feel it though. No, I feel it. Like you could be scared. Anybody could be scared. The definition of courage is not the absence of fear, but going against your fears. That's what it's about. Yeah.
Courage, man. You got courage.
It's deep.
Yeah. Still on quickfire, actually. Number 23.
Okay.
Ready?
Yes.
Favorite color?
Clear.
Clear?
Yeah.
That's a color? Like, clear is a color? What? Clear is not a color. So you're saying that this is a color right in front of you, like this. I'm trying to say this ball is your favorite color.
So I remember in like 7th grade, there was this guy named Kenny who, whenever anyone would ask him what his favorite color was, he was like clear. And back then, I thought that was like such a like lame answer. It's like no, everyone has a favorite color.
I thought you were gonna say that was such a hot answer.
He said clear. He said clear.
No.
Shout out to Kenny.
Yeah, I wonder what he's doing these days. I think he might have big. No. No, but I think he's like hardcore Republican now. So.
Oh.
I don't know that we like we would be friends as an adult. I mean, I
I'm
don't
taking that
know.
shout out back. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't know. I think he's yeah. I got the feeling that he would be like pretty conservative these days. So,
Okay, so clear. So for sure you're gonna stick with clear.
I mean, I really love colors. I used to hate pink, and I like it now. I think that there is beauty in a lot of different colors, and I think that like the world is just like beautiful to look at. People are beautiful to look at. The differences like that are out there, you know, many of them are just really inspiring, and I don't want to limit myself in some ways, you know. So
I say that all the time. I
know?
never want to limit myself.
all right, so next one.
Ooh, okay. Number 12 is miscellaneous. What's with your love of beta fish?
They're so pretty.
I think they're pretty too, actually.
I wish that they were. I wish that they got along with each other. Because can you imagine like a tank like full of beta fish? They're so
Just like
beautiful.
swimming around.
Yes. I don't think this world is like meant for that much like beauty in like one place, you know?
You might be right.
They're so gorgeous.
That's why LA is a nasty ass place.
It's too much pretty there. Yeah, you know, beta fish, they have so much personality. We got Tyler Durden over there, and he's like always flaring at me. I guess he doesn't like me, but he's fun to look at.
He was staring at me all day today.
Yeah, he was mugging you, dude.
He's mugging me. Tyler Durden.
So he's a fighter fish, so you know, maybe he has beef with you.
Maybe it's the purple hair. He thinks I'm a beta fish.
Yeah.
Probably.
So, but yeah, so they're just gorgeous. They don't really require that much, which is nice because, you know, my life is already too complicated. I just cannot handle like an addition of some other kind of exotic thing that like I like birds, but like I really can't have birds.
Yeah, I think I agree with
especially
that too,
like parrots and shit. Like, oh my god, it's too much
I
work.
think they're cute.
Yeah,
but
they're
it's
really
like,
pretty,
oh,
but
man,
it's
it is a lot
just
of
I
work.
can't. I need something simple. And betas, I mean, I have other animals, I have dogs and cats, but betas are beautiful and they're relatively simple. You just can't have two of them together.
So this is about
New.
2018.
Back to that, huh?
So the year's almost over. 2018. How was this year for you? Did you have goals that you actually made this year, or did you actually miss a few?
So every year in the thick of it feels like the worst year. Right? But
In the
then like
thick of
once
it,
you
yeah.
get past it, like the next year you look back and you're like, damn, last year was not that bad compared to this year.
Because like I say that too about this year. I'm just like, man, 2017 was bad and 2018 was bad, but
I'd take 2017. I don't know, man. 2018 was really tough. But I mean, I think maybe that's just kind of a marker, like a measure of like your own growth.
yeah,
That like every year you feel like there's something that you're presented with that you can't handle,
there's always something.
but then you get through it and you look back and you're like, wow, that wasn't that bad.
And I got through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So
through
2018,
it.
I have mixed feelings. I mean, we're in it, and there are things about 2018 that were really hard. I mean, I think I don't think I cried last year, but I've cried this year multiple times. In other ways, it's been really eye-opening, and it's also afforded me something that I'm really, really this thing that we're doing is really special to me, and I'm so excited to. I really feel like 2018 has brought this to life. I mean, this started before 2018, but I do feel like 2018
This is when like the wheels started spinning.
yeah,
and
things started falling into place, and
into
you know,
place,
it's not where I want it to be. I'm not where I want to be. I still have a lot of growth that I need to, you know, undertake when it comes to, you know, my role in this operation. But you know, there's been a lot of good.
I feel it.
Like this has been the good that's come out of the year, and I feel like I've met really cool people. I've done some cool things. I think I've bonded with, you know, rebonded with like people that I, you know, wasn't previously as close with. You know, I feel like there's been some turning points, you know, but there was definitely some struggles, and so 2018 has been hard, but it's been good, and I think it's gonna teach me a lot. 2019, here we come.
Here we come.
Coming for you.
Coming for you. All right, number 7.
All right.
This is about your influences. So we just want to talk about your inspirations. You know, what brought you here? You know, we're here, the company and all that stuff. We're making videos. So, what influences you? That's the question. What influences you?
Well, I always want to do better. So I think, I don't know, hopefully this doesn't sound too self-serving, but like the drive, like I'm never satisfied with myself or the things I've done. So
True.
I'm always driven to do better. And I know that I can accomplish like more than I have, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I just like feel like there's so much that I've not been exposed to. And I think this is kind of that thing that I'm talking about. Like, I don't want to not know how to answer questions like these. I want to be able to like say what influences me. And the fact that I struggle to answer some of these questions, you know, it doesn't make me feel good, you know?
I see.
So, I mean, I know I have influences. Yeah. I like the color pink. I'm interested in like, you know, gear. I love like new gadgets. I want to have the same like deep passions that I see others having around me. So I just really want to like figure out like who I am and like what I've been put on this earth to do, you know? Like, why am I here? I want to figure that out and really know and understand like what, you know, what my calling is,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah.
So,
Okay.
so.
Let's go ahead and do another one.
All right.
Number 18. This is a quick fire question again.
Okay.
So, what's your spirit animal?
Spirit animal. Beta fish.
Yeah, like for reals?
Yeah.
Beta fish?
Why not?
You don't like seeing another person like you? You know,
Oh.
get out of here.
Yeah, I gotta like stamp out all the competition. I gotta stamp out all the competition. I wasn't thinking that. That's like quite negative. I was more thinking like, you know, it's beautiful, but it's like a fighter, you know?
No, yeah, I know.
So,
I
I mean, we were talking about beta fish earlier. Probably if you'd have asked me yesterday, I would have had a different answer. So it's just kind of like the last thing that was like in my head. But yeah, I mean, you know, I always joke and say like a grumpy old man, but like I don't think that's the answer we were really going
no,
for.
we're not
But
really looking for that answer.
I have to say, I love being grumpy, and I really can't wait till I'm like, I mean, I don't want to like rush getting to 80, but like when I am 80, it's gonna be so good to like
I get
carry around a cane and like, you know,
like,
smack
get out
people.
of my way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, my grandma was so good at that. I miss her. That was the thing. I mean, she was like, she commanded respect. And what are you gonna say? Although young people these days are hella disrespectful, but you're old and you have a cane, and I feel like you should just like knock somebody like out with
Just
it.
hit people with like it's like you're.
Yeah, she didn't take any
got
shit.
it.
Like when we were on the bus, we used to like go downtown. We were on like the bus, and you know, people like young people sitting down when she got on the bus, and she should have a seat. She made sure they knew that get up, and they got up. She was not.
Dope.
She did not come to play.
That's dope.
So my grandma was like, she was fierce.
That's cool.
So I just really look forward to telling like, you know, people to get off my lawn and like, you know, all that stuff. I tell them now, but they don't respect it. So when I can come
Once
out,
you're old enough, they'll be like, oh, I gotta listen to the lady now.
I mean, I feel like they should, and if they don't, I have my cane as backup, and
why you
like
gotta
I'm not
watch
gonna go to
out.
jail as like an 80-year-old who like smacked somebody for like being on their lawn when she told them, clearly she told them, get off.
Number 15. This is miscellaneous.
Okay.
What's your view on the millennials and what people in the future will say about our generation?
Deep questions. I mean, I'm a millennial,
You are.
but I'm like literally like first couple gens. So I also kind of relate to like Gen X, you know, because I'm like right there on the cusp. So it's interesting because I feel like, I mean, I don't know, this might be true of all generations. So, but I feel being kind of like on a bookend, there's such a huge like difference in like perspectives from people who are at the start of the generation to the end of the generation. And I feel that with the onset of technology and like the free flowing information that's on the internet, our generation has been impacted like really significantly in a way that I don't know that we are really fully aware of. And so anyways, like, what do I think about, like, I wonder what the history books are going to say about our impact on society. Millennials tend to not see, boxes, but in some ways those boxes still exist even if you're not recognizing it. And I wonder what the impact of, like, choosing to not acknowledge something like that is going to be, like, on us.
Right.
I think that we're quite a lit generation, if I say so myself. I think the music is interesting, and, like, people are being very creative, and I think there's a lot of visually interesting things to say about folks in the millennial generation.
Yeah, no, totally. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's going to be quite interesting to see, like, what defines the millennial generation in the years to come.
Okay, everybody. So we're gonna take a break. We're almost done with our questions. When we come back, we're gonna finish them, and then we're gonna be playing a surprise game right after that. So yeah, see you guys when you get back. Yeah.
Carried away. This Wednesday, the Wausau Center Mall opens with a burst of excitement.
Hey guys, I want to tell you about my newest video on my review channel, Pursuit of Brilliance. I post new videos once a week on Saturdays. Don't forget, write it down. We try a lot of cool things, which I can't wait to share with you. First things first, make sure you subscribe to this channel, ring the bell for notifications, and pop on over to Pursuit of Brilliance. And then rinse and repeat, because you know that's what we do. Catch you on the flip side. Bye! Hey! Welcome back to the podcast. My name's Doria. How you guys doing?
Hilyo. How y'all doing?
Just keep going down the line.
Number 8. Back to your influences.
Oh, good.
It takes a lot of artistic ability to make media. Do you consider yourself an artist?
I struggle with that. I mean, I think I have artistic talent, but I don't know if I consider myself an artist because I don't think I always have the passion behind that. How do you describe art? There are some things that, I don't personally think is art. And there are things that I definitely think is art. Do I consider myself an artist? At this time, no, because I really just don't feel like I have the passion that also, like, the passion and the skill set in a particular area to really justify calling myself that. I don't think it's something that, I mean, not to say that there's, like, an entrance exam for, like, calling yourself an artist, but,
Right.
I don't know. People do use it pretty, like, fluidly, and, it's up to their interpretation. But at the same time, that's to be said about anything. I mean, it's up to my interpretation if I recognize it. And what if I recognize something that other people don't believe is art? As art? Is business art? If I'm a really good business person and I'm passionate about it.
It's like the art of communication in a way.
Am I an artist? Because I can close the deal?
It's not
Because
that
I'm good at
crazy.
politics. Am I an artist
It's
if
not
I'm
that
passionate
crazy.
about it?
Something about it sometimes.
So, I don't know. I just feel like, where do we draw the line? I don't know. Do we have like a standard? If not,
Where is the line,
Is this art? Did you see my Minecraft like
is that
zombie blockhead?
Zombie.
Yeah. I mean, I won this. I have no idea who made this. I won this at a local event. And I'm not trying to, like, I didn't want it, honestly. My friend made me take it. I'm not trying to, like, shit on the person who made this, but, I don't know. It's not my thing.
It's not your favorite
Is this art? I don't know. Is it? Is that art?
It is art.
Okay.
It was made with love.
Do we know that? I don't know that.
You see this?
It was made, we know that, but with love? Is
Somebody
everything we
was
make with
thinking
love?
About something. What do you mean?
There.
Yeah.
There's so many more emotions.
Or passion.
No, that's true.
Well, I don't know.
I feel like when somebody makes something, no matter what, if they're passionate about it, there's something about it that has a little bit of love in it. Just a little bit of love. Some kind of love, There's so many words for love, honestly.
I know I can draw. I can paint. I can sculpt. I can sing. So I know I have some talents, but is that enough? Just because you can? you know, because you can, are you? I don't know. And would we say the same thing? However, whatever it is that we're defining, if we're talking about this thing and it's not in fact this thing, but it's something else, right? Like, I said, if you're a politician and you're really good at it, you're passionate about it, you love it, or you don't love it, but you're doing it for some reason. Like I don't know what, if you're not passionate or you don't love it, I don't know what else defines your participation in this activity, but whatever it is, you know, is that art? So it's like, it's just one of those hard things to like.
I see,
I feel like you could paint something and it doesn't have to be art.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be art.
You know, I think, you know, and I think that it's almost, I don't know, I'm not suggesting that things have to be deeply prescribed, but at the same time, I don't think just because you did it therefore is, you know. So I'm not saying there needs to be some kind of like criteria. I'm not proposing that I create the criteria for what that definition is. It's just, I know that I have creative abilities. And so that's why I just kind of feel like I'm on the fringe, and I just don't know if, you know.
No, it's understandable though. Yeah.
I hope that one day I can figure out something to the degree where I can undoubtedly and with passion say that I am this thing. I am. Yeah, but I just, you know, I just want to honor the word and honor what I believe it's supposed to mean, and not just like kind of take it casually and just be like, I'm an artist. Yeah. You know? I'm an artist. Yeah, and you don't want to be like that, of course, too. So,
you know,
I don't know. I'm just trying to figure some shit out.
I think you're an artist.
You do?
You're an artist.
Aww.
Why?
You don't say.
I just do. There's no like reason, or there's not one thing that you did that defines that. It's just the way you act, or the way
who
you
you
carry
are,
yourself.
how you carry yourself. I agree with that.
We getting deep here.
I'm just saying, it's not like, oh, you know, Hillary did that. She's an artist.
She finally made it. She is an artist.
I think that's what drove you to this place.
Your artist
what
mindset.
We're doing right now.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like this is the first thing I've done in a really long time that I've been really, you know, passionate about.
No, yeah.
But, you know I've also dabbled in things and then not committed to them. And I'm not trying to do that with this, but I'm a little bit like scared because I'm not there yet, you know? And so I feel like when there's a time where I'm going to like be in a moment, right? And I'm going to be like, and I think I'm going to sigh, and I'm going to know that like, this is exactly what it's supposed to be. You know, I'm where I'm supposed to be. Things are as they should be, you know, and I'm going to know, you know,
you're going to have your like moment of like realization, and you want it to be the right time. I feel like too. And until you like can almost like convince yourself that you are, then that's when,
yeah,
that makes sense too.
Yeah, and I know I'm like in my head like too much all the time, and that's in part what some of my own like setbacks and limitations are, like the reasons for those things.
All right, let's go ahead and move on.
Oh yeah, we got our art here. We're
Number
gonna leave that here for
so.
no.
Oh,
Thanks for helping prove my point there, guy. Okay.
All right, so number 6. This is another like year-ish question. This is about 2019.
Oh, 2019.
So, what about 2019?
Future shit?
Yeah, future shit.
All right.
What are you planning on for 2019? You know, how do you feel? Do you have goals? What is it?
Yeah, I got goals. I'm trying to blow the fuck up, okay? I'm trying to like be out here in these streets really doing the damn thing.
Out here in the streets. Hell yes.
Like, I just all of a sudden turned up, like, just now. Thanks, Yoshi. You're all I needed. That pep talk.
You're an artist. That's all you needed.
Your approval is all I've been, like, searching for in life. Now I have, like, permission to be myself.
Oh, my gosh.
I really hope to have, like, everything kind of, like, not everything, but, like, my core content up and running, to really have a solid identity with, like, what we're doing, and like to be producing with passion and purpose. So I think we're really kind of defining our concepts and we're working through it. And I'm excited for like what we're going to have like a year from now. Like I remember what we started with like a year ago. We've come so far, Asia. So, I mean, we've made tremendous progress for sure. 100%. I totally recognize it. But 2019, obviously I'm hoping to like do bigger, do better, you know. So yeah, my goals would be to get like all of our core content, like really, fully operational. It'd be great to have an audience and, you know, I think, like that, not the numbers just for YouTube, like success, although of course, like we want that, right?
Of course, yeah.
But I think knowing that people relate to like what we're doing, that's the thing. Yeah. And I think it kind of goes back to like being a kid and, you know, totally. Like being an only child and really just wanting to like relate and wanting to, you know,
play with someone.
Yeah.
Video games. You're talking about video games.
But knowing that we are putting something out there that people can relate to, I think is really, really powerful. And I'm excited for that moment.
Yeah. That's great.
All right. Next
Number
one.
17. Quick fire.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Yes. Let's go.
You kind of answered this already. What's your childhood dream job?
My childhood dream job was to be like an archaeologist or a marine biologist.
Right. Yeah, we already elaborated on that.
Yeah.
We can move on.
All right.
Yeah.
Next question.
Number 13. 13. Okay.
Australian.
13.
Someone trying to do an Australian.
So how should one order when they get food from In-N-Out?
Yeah, I worked at In-N-Out when I was in high school.
Oh.
I mean, you can order however you want, but the best tasting fries, this is like what I'll share. So when we worked there, we had like a really like solid crew. It was really fun to work there, and you got paid like.
Oh yeah, In-N-Out is still the payer of fast foods.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And fry light, like people don't know about this, but you can order your fries like well or light, and I always strongly side eye anybody who gets well done fries. Period. Let alone from In-N-Out. Gross. But
what's wrong with that? I just want to know, what's your opinion?
Gross.
They're just gross?
Yeah, like well done fries?
They're crispy.
No, they're not. No. Their regular fries are crispy. Well done fries are like burnt. Super nasty. Anyways, light fries though, that's the business.
I don't want to try that.
So when we worked there, our whole crew always got fry lights, and they're lightly cooked. And because In-N-Out fries are like real potatoes that were like just cut moments earlier, they taste different than a McDonald's potato that has like a lot of preservatives in it. Yeah. So yeah, McDonald's potato, you want those to be like crispy. You want that like more well done feel. But for In-N-Out, the fresh like lightly cooked fries, so good. So it's got to be cooked all the way through. It's not raw, but it is soft. And I think with like a little bit of like squeezed lemon on it, put some salt and pepper.
There's lemon there.
And so good. And like that's how we would like eat our like break food, because we got like food for our break.
Right.
Fry light, salt, pepper, either some mustard or some lemon, but not both.
Like mustard.
So that was the business.
Okay. Now,
yeah, order fry
burgers?
light. I like Flying Dutchman.
Ooh, me too. But I like putting that on top of my fries.
So you know what that is? You know what a Flying Dutchman is?
Yeah, there's 2 patties and the cheese in between.
Yeah,
right?
Not a lot of people know that because it's not on the menu.
Yeah.
It's part of the secret menu.
The internet's a thing now.
Yeah, but doesn't mean you were compelled to like look into it, right?
I was so compelled because I love In-N-Out.
So I like Flying Dutchman. Mustard fried though.
Mustard
fried into the patty is so good. That's what I do. Grilled cheese, mustard fried. There's no patty, obviously. Or if I were to get a burger, mustard fried. But no pickles. I'm not into that. I don't like their pickles. I do like pickles. I don't like their pickles.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I like their pickles.
All right. Next question.
So back on the whole production media company stuff. Mm-hmm. Where do you see this going in the future?
I see this like I see this being like a real deal like thing. I don't know what the future holds for like internet content, but I think it's the way. So I would like to be a producer of content, and it would be great to help facilitate other people's content.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Next one. Number 4.
Is that childhood again?
What do you think about 2018? Not just, you right now. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about it, as little Hilyo?
Like, did it like live up to what I expected?
Basically, like the time that we live in now. How do you think yourself
Well,
back
so we're
then?
living in the future, right?
I know, yeah.
And it's not as futuristic as I thought it was gonna be. It's like kind of basic in some ways.
It's a little. I mean, like
there are for sure, but in some ways, I thought we would be on some Jetson type shit right now.
But we're not.
So in that way, it's a little disappointing because I really wanted to like, I really wanted to be.
But they do have things like that, though.
That's
they got things like that.
That's
though.
true.
See, we're so like.
She saw the future.
Yeah.
She saw the future. Oh my goodness.
That's so Raven. Anyways, that
But when
was
you really think about it, there's like a weird in between futuristic thing that we felt like we're gonna be in that we are in right now.
Yeah.
Like our cell phones.
Or the fact that we had a black president.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like mind blown right
No
there.
one really thought that was gonna happen.
I did not think like as a little girl that would happen in my young adulthood. Like I thought that would be something that I would like witness like in my 60s. The way
when you're older.
like the culture was back in the 90s and 80s and like what we were being taught and like what like shit that was going on, so like true, Rodney King stuff or whatever. And not to say that there's not shit going on now, but I didn't think. I mean, they always told us like you can be anything, but it's hard to feel like to believe that when you can't see that,
Totally
so now that we've seen that, like we can have other presidents of other races, we can have other genders.
Yeah, other genders be politicians.
We can have people who look differently doing anything, and that's really cool.
I want to go ahead and
2018 in many ways not what I expected, good and bad, and in some ways exactly what I expected, good and bad.
I feel it.
Like not an answer, but that's my answer.
I feel it. Totally.
All right, next question.
Number 24. This is a quick fire one? All right.
No. Okay, yes.
How many tattoos do you have?
Oh. So I would say, depends on how we define it, but up to 3.
Up to 3?
So, I mean...
do you have like a big one and you don't really count that as one? Or you do count it as one?
Yeah, so, there's a little bit of that. So, like, I started off with something, I have a tattoo here, and then, but it wasn't like what I fully wanted. First of all, it wasn't, the way it was executed wasn't what I wanted. And that was like my first little baby, like, tattoo. I wanted more, though. And so then I had it redone and I like grew the concept and it still wasn't what I wanted. So I like really got to find somebody like that can like translate my vision. But so it was like that one, they're connected.
Okay.
And it was part of I didn't necessarily know exactly how I wanted to further it, but I knew I wanted like a concept. And so they're connected and it's still part of the same concept. So is that 1 or 2? And then also I had my eyebrows tattooed back in the day, so it was cosmetic count. I don't know. Just cosmetic
really?
tattoos. Like really like what people mean when they ask like, do you have any tattoos? Like, yeah, my eyebrows, So up to 3, depending on how you define it. And my eyebrows are hella faded these days, so I need to get them redone. So it's almost like they're not anymore. It's like different ink, Yeah,
Number 16.
okay.
Yeah, you just pulled this up. Name. This is a quick fire, by the way. Name 3 songs that define you.
Ooh. A Whole New World by Aladdin and Jasmine.
I love this song. I love that song. You said
I
Disney
love that
musicals.
song. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. 3 songs. Okay, so I Just Can't Wait to Be King by Lion King people.
Great one. I love that one too.
And
why are they the same person?
and then part of your world.
Part of your world, Little Mermaid.
Mermaid.
Damn, he
Great one
finished your
too.
films.
Those are great. They're all Disney.
Yeah.
That's great.
I love musicals. And they're so like, I mean, I know there's like Disney's can be problematic or whatever, but you know, as like a little kid, like there's the part of the message isn't that bad, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, there's things, but it's outdated culture and everything you look back on is
Then they
problematic
made
to a
Zootopia
degree.
just lately, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Zootopia was like, oh, in your face. Like to a lot of people, like honestly.
What? What are we talking about?
Zootopia.
Oh, Zootopia. I thought you said Utopia. I'm
No,
like,
not Utopia.
I'm lost.
Zootopia.
He said,
All right, next question. Are you just saying, hurry the hell up?
Is that number 11? It's number 11.
Mm-hmm.
So this is miscellaneous.
Okay.
I hear you like to name your animals after geographical places.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that?
I'm inspired to travel. Inspo.
Inspo.
Answer question
Oh, there we go.
5 or whatever it was.
Travel.
No, actually I love to travel, but well, I try to be unique, you know. I want like not all of my pets were named after geographic locations, but
They tend to be.
but recently, more recently, my last like few pets were. So we have Current, we have Montego Bay.
Montego Bay.
So my family is part Jamaican, so my mom's side. So that's a place in Jamaica. And I also I'm quite punny.
Punny.
So it's Montego Bay, you know, B-A-E.
Right,
Like he's Bay. And he's super cute. So
Oh,
he
no,
is.
Montego's cute.
All right. And so we have Montego Bay. R.I.P. to Kingston. He was a good dog.
Kingston.
We also have Q.
Oh,
R.I.P. He was the homie.
he was the homie.
His full name was San Quentin. So that one,
Oh,
yeah. He was a young black male from the pound,
I
and
feel it.
you know, I was living in Santa Cruz, and I was like, I wanted to pay a little homage to, you know, my peoples.
I feel it. Okay.
Of Santa Cruz?
No.
Or of your...
My
ethnicity?
my ethnic peoples.
I was like, how
So,
many black people are in Santa Cruz?
Like 2, and when I left, just that was only
There's
one.
one.
When me and Q left that place, there's none anymore. But so yeah, Q's full name is San Quentin, and that was really interesting to like tell the vet, like, you know, it's like, oh, Q, what does that stand for? Is that like the character in Star Trek? And I'm like, no.
I don't know.
And they're like, oh, is it just the letter Q? And I was like, yeah, it's short for something. And they're like, oh, what? San Quentin? And they would be like, they were like, they were so off put. And I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to get my logic.
I think it's unique.
So anyways, that was Q. R.I.P. And then we have Nikita, which is a place in Crimea. I bet you didn't know that. You thought I was just out here being cute with my little Roddy's name, but yeah, Crimea in the house. Actually, I had to look that up because I had to make that work. I just like the name Nikita. But it's a place, Crimea. Okay, Marc?
Okay. Oh! 21. Is it 21? No, I'm just kidding.
21?
Is number 20 on your favorite meme.
Well, we already kind of talked about one of my more recent favorites. There's I don't know, I'm not like deeply into like meme culture. I don't understand it, so it's a marker of my age, but it's but I really want to be in on the joke. I mean, it looks like a really good time, and I'm just over here like not knowing what is going on. I'm just gonna be honest.
Sometimes.
Like I'm over here like not knowing like what the hell people are talking about, and I wish I did.
That's part of the joke.
I know, but like
It's part of the joke.
but like. But there's also something else to be said about it. So yes, that's part of it because it's like an internal thing, and others on the outside like legit like the number or the letter E, like, oh my gosh, what the hell is that supposed to mean? But at the same time,
Eat.
what?
Eat.
I
You know
don't
what
think
yeet is?
eat
Yeet.
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 Y-E-E-T.
Yeet?
Oh no.
But you know what's
Is that a
so-
meme?
You know, I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm not gonna
What's
talk about it.
It's a slang.
Oh, I have to get on Urban Dictionary. I don't know.
Is it on Urban Dictionary?
It probably is.
I guarantee it is.
Anyhow, So, but like you also, for the people who are in the know, like they have to know how to use it, right? So you just can't be just saying any old thing, and it has to make some sense. So I wish I was part of that club.
Right. I think it's game time. Game time.
Game
is
time?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot.
All right.
I know what this game is, so I'm actually quite excited about this.
I got this.
You're making noise over here. All right. Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome.
New intern Marc, everybody. So pretty much what you're gonna do is we're gonna test you, Doria, and see if you remembered her quickfire answers. And if you didn't, you're gonna get shocked.
But you're gonna yell out the questions.
Sure.
Let me breathe for a second.
We're
Yeah,
starting low.
Yeah, it's on, I think it's on low right now.
Yeah,
You
it's
can
on
go
low.
higher.
Yeah, it's on low.
No, you don't have to.
No? Well, maybe we'll go up with each one.
Aww.
Or if you get a question wrong, then we have to make it go up.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
that.
we-
Yeah.
If we get a question wrong, we're gonna like turn it up.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the question, and then Hillary's gonna press the button, and then you have to answer it. And if you answer it wrong, you get shocked.
Okay.
Okay.
So press the button.
All right. Name 3 songs that define Hillary.
A whole new world. Oh my god, this noise!
Put your thumb on the thing.
Part of your world. It's a Disney song. I know it's a Disney song. Do I have time?
No.
No?
I don't
Go.
know.
So is that
No, wait. What?
Oh,
was
did
that?
it-
Was
did
it?
it-
Was that the time?
Did it not shock you?
no? Because I didn't press the button yet. That was just the.
You don't have to press anything. Now he needs to.
He's not pressing the button.
Fine.
You press it with your thumb.
Yep.
No, you gotta hold it down.
Oh.
I answered the last question.
Oh shit. I don't know.
All right.
Hey, it's not
I
doing
didn't
it.
do
Well,
it.
you have.
You said
I was
I
actually
didn't have to
holding
press
on to it.
anything.
Well,
Okay.
and then you said you did. Marc is the expert on this. Do
I
it one more-
just figured it out.
Marc, get out of frame.
Oh, I was gonna try
God damn it! Why can't I remember?
to figure it out.
All right, put your hand on
Put
there.
it on there and
Fuck.
then press the button, Hillary. No, not that one.
Look at it, nothing's working. Are you pressing that?
Yes.
Wait.
It
I'm
shocked
scared. Oh my god! Stop! Oh my god! This is so weird.
It shocked me.
God
It's
damn
on
it.
me.
Okay.
All right. So okay, next question.
Wait, I want to know the third song now.
You should have been. You'll have to watch the podcast to find out.
No.
Next question.
What was Hillary's childhood dream job?
I remember this: marine biologist and archaeologist.
Okay, good job.
Alright, good. What's her spirit animal?
Beta fish. See,
This is a
alright,
trick question.
I'm putting my. Oh what?
Beta fish and.
Oh, grumpy old person. See?
Where's the craziest place she's ever been?
The craziest place? I guess Japan.
Oh, these are easy.
Mhm.
You're not gonna get shocked. Describe Hillary in 3 words.
Alright, she said determined, scared, and determined, scared, and hopeful.
God damn it. What's her favorite meme?
Her favorite meme is, she said piano cat, but she said she also doesn't know.
Kanye or Trump, that's easy.
Kanye.
Favorite color?
Well, she said clear, but she also likes pink.
And then how many tattoos?
She has up to 3.
Okay, this was...
Okay, back to question number 1.
No!
Yes, that's the
I
third
can't-
song.
Oh! Okay. I got shocked. Okay, it worked this time.
That's all we know.
What is
Was
this
it
song?
bad?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad, but it feels.
Makes you
I
pull
hate
back.
it. I hate it so much. I hate it. It's like
All right, let me do it to myself, so like I'm be a
Yeah.
good player.
it's just a weird feeling.
Oh,
Yeah. You wanna bump it up?
it's on 2.
On 2?
Yeah.
We'll have more.
Okay.
Oh no! You should put your hand
Oh, that was weird.
Yeah, see.
It's like a that felt weird, but it wasn't really a shock, but it felt weird. That was a little more intense though. It's like a tens unit.
What's a tangent?
A tens unit?
A tens unit. I was like, what's a tangent?
It's an electronic device for, like muscle rehabilitation.
Oh.
It's an electric situation.
Okay. Before we completely wrap up the show, what are some things that we should be looking out for? You. What are some things that you're working on? That we will be doing together as a company?
So, I mean, we have all those channels that we talked about earlier. So we're gonna have really cool and interesting content coming out in the end of 2018 and all into 2019 for sure. And then, I have a channel that I'm kind of just doing some my own stuff on that no one's really helping me with. This is my vocal teacher, really, really pushing me to learn to be comfortable with where I'm at. So my other channel, Brilliant Vocals. My other channel, Brilliant Vocals, is gonna maybe have some content on there from our sessions, and that's kind of scary to me because I really love karaoke.
Oh.
I love karaoke. Doing karaoke is something I don't care about if people hear me sing, but because I'm seeing a voice teacher and I feel there's expectations that come with it, and having those eyes on me, that it makes you feel really vulnerable. And I feel part of this process has been has made me feel really vulnerable, but I think it's really good for me.
Yeah, I see.
But so I think some really kind of vulnerable content, kind of measuring my growth in end of 2018, 2019,
Okay.
So I would say that. And also we got some real interesting fun ideas
Oh, yeah.
to explore. So we're going to have some lit shit
Lit
coming
shit.
out.
I like
So
Lit
that
shit.
too.
Thank you for letting the people know who you are and for letting me sit on this chair. It was really fun. Thank you so much. Honestly, I had a great time.
Thank you for letting you sit on this chair.
Sitting on this chair, being on
You're-
this side.
It's not a throne, but
It's not a throne, but it's
but thank you.
close.
Thanks for doing this. It's this was fun. I really enjoyed my experience on this side of the table. And I think this gives me a little perspective when I'm on this side of the table, and hopefully I can kind of learn from how natural you were, and I can use that to help me, get better with what I'm trying to do. So
Thank you so much, Hillary. And thank you guys for watching this show. We had a great time tonight with these questions, coming up with all these things, and it was fun.
this was fun.
And,
Thanks for being a good sport. You should feel it now.
I'm cool. I'm from the Bay.
Then you should never be scared, right?
I'm cool. All right. We'll see you guys some other time. All right. Thank you so much. You guys have a good night.
Touch it.
Nah.
All right. Bye, guys. Yay, we recorded some shit.